Hello and welcome back to the colony with Man of the Antz. Look at this, we are in Subnautica Below Zero in VR. So as you may know, I did play the full Subnautica series in VR for the original game on the channel a little while ago. It's obviously a very long series, but I very much enjoyed the game. I was very excited for Below Zero, but the devs quite early came out and said they were not going to implement VR support, so I largely ignored it. I tended to ignore it anyway as it was in early access, and for a story-based game like this, I'm moving my hands and expecting to see it in VR, and it always confuses me when I can't. I always tend to leave early access story-based games until they're actually released because I don't want to ruin the first part of the story. I'd rather experience it all in the first instance anyway. But either way, they didn't have VR support, which was a bit of a shame. But luckily, some fantastic modders have come out with the VR mod that is apparently, I haven't actually tried it yet, but apparently just as good as the original VR implementation for the original Subnautica, which was largely very good. Obviously, it was only controller, there's no motion controller support, and there were some mild issues with like the PDA tablet being super close to your face, but I did notice in the options here, there is actually an option to move that. So it looks like actually the VR support might be better in this than it was in the original game. Now, the reason I'm even doing this in the first place is because there was a wonderful person who commented on my Subnautica series, I think it was, or on a different video. It said they'd watched the Subnautica series because they've thoroughly enjoyed watching it in VR, and they thoroughly recommended this game. So I can't remember that person's name, and obviously I can't see anything on my monitors because I got my headset on, so I can't see your name. So apologies, but you know who you are. You're massively appreciated. You definitely spurred me into looking at this. I'm at a point in the channel at the moment where there's not a lot going on in terms of story-based games, particularly in VR. So as soon as they mentioned it, I was like, do you know what? That actually sounds perfect. So thank you to that person. We're going to start a new game. We're going to do survival, right? Yeah, we don't want to do freedom. We want the hunger and thirst. We don't want to do hardcore though, because no thank you. And we don't want to do creative, so survival it is. Perfect. So yes, I did play the original Subnautica, but it was a long time ago, and my knowledge of these things is just gone at this point. Even between videos and most of my other series, as you're probably aware, I struggle to keep up to date with things. So I'm going to be relying, much like the original Subnautica, going to be relying on you guys to help me out here.
This is the farthest that I can take you on company space bucks, Robin. You sure you want this? The research is in everything.
So there's a little bit of forced movement with my head there, which is a little bit...
The meteor storm.
Uncomfortable?
Use it for cover from Altera's eyes.
Gonna miss you, Robin.
I'll find my way back.
Boom! Wow, look at that. Wow.
Approaching 45-46 feet. Surface temperature is drop pod deployed.
Again, a little bit of force movement from the head in VR, which is slightly uncomfortable, but nothing too much. Wow. I'm so glad this is one of those games that I decided to never touch until I could get into it in VR, because I'm so glad I experienced that crash in VR to start with. Press it again. There we go. I didn't mean to immediately look at her boobs, I'm sorry.
6 feet. Enjoy your stay.
Oh, thanks. Oh, Jesus. And it's not quite as dramatic, I guess, as the huge Leviathan ship, or what? Not Leviathan's a bad word to use. The huge ship coming down in the original Subnautica. It's obviously on a smaller scale, but the meteorites coming down all around are amazing. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, that's an absolutely rip-roaring start. Wow. So we've got a drop pod over there we need to get to. These shadows up here look a little bit weird in VR. I think it's just meant to be like the sort of shiny texture, but it looks like they're sort of slightly superimposed. But apart from that, I mean, this little oasis over here, what is that? Oh, you're rubbing your hands. Again, because I'm so used to having motion controls in VR, that just feels weird. We've got something over here. A flare. Oh, did I want to use... Oh, I've used the flare. It's done. Nutrient block. We'll have that. Yeah, it's going to take me a little while to get used to seeing hands in view that I'm not currently controlling myself directly. Anything? Oh, well, I'm stood next to a fire. That's good, right? Yeah, that's got my temperature up. Perfect. Didn't notice that plummeting down there. So we're going to have a quick run around, see if we can see anything. Got some more flares. 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 Filtered water. Open PDA. What are the buttons?
New blueprint synthesized.
Oh. So it's back. Oh, the PDA is immediately much more usable. It's sort of weird. I don't know if it's because I'm stood on a slope, but I've got to look up to look at it. That's a little weird, but yeah, that's so much more readable without having to close one eye like I used to in the previous game. Do flares not produce warmth? I guess they don't produce enough warmth. Is that something? No. No, it is not. And there's nothing around there. And you probably need to get back to the fire, don't I? Pretty quick shot. Don't think there's anything over there. Oh, wow. One just landed. Oh, more flares. Some more water. How did I miss all that? Does that mean there's something over this side as well, possibly, then? I mean, 42 degrees? Wait, no. Oh, God, is it in Fahrenheit? It's definitely in Fahrenheit. Oh, I can't do Fahrenheit. I don't know what that means. Or is it just a percentage? It goes up to 100, so maybe it's just a percentage. Maybe I'm wrong. So I guess it kind of wants us to go that way because that's closer to the pod, but we're going to run around this way instead. I'm loving these meteorites coming down. It gives a real sense of just absolute panic to the game as it stands. Hello? Oh, you warmth.
Holy smokes. That did not go as planned. I should find a way into the water and get to the drop pod.
Oh, we stopped the meteorites from working now. Okay. So as you can see, the game has smooth rotation. You do have to disable snap turn-in in the options to get that. By default, it does go to a snap rotation. Same with the Y rotation. It does disable that by default. So you do have to go through... Oh, that's just where we would have come through, look. You do have to go into the options and disable that again. Or sorry, enable the Y-axis. So you can look up and down. So you can swim up and down. Obviously, we'll be trying to use the shoulder buttons like we did in the original Subnautica. But again, that's an option that I don't think was present in the original Subnautica. So very much feels like this VR mod is actually a couple of steps ahead of the original game. Well, here's the water. I guess we're... Hang on, right. Oh, there's a recenter VR button. Awesome. I wondered if they had something like that. Controller. Do we have... Just what are the controls? So PDA, deconstruct is down, exit is B, left trigger is use, or left hand, right hand, cycle next, tool alternate use, take picture, reload. I guess that we didn't really use guns in the first one, I don't think, did we? Answer call, move up, move down. Cool, not a lot to it. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted to know if there was a jump specifically. Oh, I think I remember changing this in the first game. I don't like that... That left bumper is up and right bumper is down. In my head, it just works better that way. Left bumper down, right bumper up. There we go. So the temperature is now changed to O2. Oh, the flares work underwater. We have like a peeper fish. Is it a slightly more technically peeper fish or it's just been remodeled? Looks a little bit more elastic, like a bit more wibbly wobbly. I recognise these little dudes as well. I can't think what they're called. Hoopfish? No, I don't recognise them. I don't recall hoopfish. Is that one of the penguins? Oh, it's one of the penguins. I think we've broken it. Oh, it's gone. Okay. So we need to try and catch... Oh, hello. Yeah, using the bumpers to go up wherever possible. Try and catch at least one of each species of fish then. Are these little mini hoopfish? What's going on over here? Oh, hello, I recognise you. Do I? Again, I thought I seemed to recognise the outline. And then when I get close to them, I'm like, oh, I don't recognise your eye layout.
New creature
Boomerang. No, we had boomerangs in the first one. It must just be like a remodel, which makes sense that creatures might have some sort of slight variations between sort of drastic biomes. I'm assuming this is the same planet, right? I don't recognise the name. It's been a long time since I played Subnautica. But I'm assuming this is the same planet as the first game. Otherwise, it's very weird that we have very similar species. What is this? A sea glide fragment that we cannot do anything with yet. One of the penguins. Oh, hello. God, right into my face. Right in my face. I don't like... I don't like a lot of those sounds that are going on, if I'm being honest. Ooh, hello. I like that, though. I like popping up and it just being horrendously misty. Oh, man, I miss Subnautica. Now that I've started playing this, I'm realising that, yeah, I love Subnautica so much. Well, there's a peeper. I think we got a peeper, didn't we? Look at that. Landed on its little struts. How fortuitous. Anything we can do with this on the outside? One thing I haven't seen is a bladderfish, which were kind of like our one source of oxygen creation in the original game. All right, all right.
Found the drop pod.
Let's put the flare away. Log and communications. I'm sorry about your sister. Oh, that's weird. It's put itself to my left because that's where I was looking when I opened it.
I got to know Sam better towards the end of my mandate with Altera on 4546B, when we were thrown together as basemates at Outpost Zero.
Mm-hmm.
She spoke often and fondly of you. I thought you should know, it didn't sit right with me when Altera blamed Sam's death on negligence.
Neither with me.
Samantha Ayu I met was many things. Kind, clever, devoted to her work, but never negligent. I wish I could offer you something more substantial, but my access to information has been cut off. You may be in a better position to look into things than I am.
I don't think I am right now, to be honest.
Delta Station was our HQ. They were in a big hurry to leave, and there might still be information to be found there.
Okay.
It has a big radio tower. Impossible to miss. I hope you find the answers.
It's very foggy.
Lillian Bench.
So there's a lot of things here that we haven't read yet. Lots of messages that we need to listen to. I kind of don't want to do it quite yet. I feel like we'll do that in like the second or third video.
I'll gather some tools and resources before starting my search. Hope that radio tower's as easy to spot as Lil said.
So we have some storage, which is currently empty. I actually have to lean forward to see what's in there. That's so cool. So I guess we've been using up a lot of our flares because we only have a couple left in our inventory. We have a boomerang. We have a hoopfish. We have 2 filtered waters and a nutrient block. Ideally, I'd like to put the nutrient block in the storage at the very least. Blueprints. Really, we're looking for the food type stuff, aren't we? Silicone rubber. That's I've got to remember all this. Oh yeah, the creep vines. Yes, quartz, creep vine, main creep vines. We need a knife. That's what we need. We need a knife, don't we? Scanner is battery and titanium, battery and glass, silicone rubber and titanium, and crystalline sulfur for flares. Okay, well, that's easy enough. And then a waterproof locker. Yes. So is that just telling you that you can't make them from there, can you? No, you just pin the recipes, I see. And then you use the fabricator to actually make them. Right. So we want to cook some food first. And what is this one? Cured food. I guess we need salt for that, don't we? So we're just going to cook the food to start with. Make it slightly more palatable. We are a little low on food, actually, looking at it. So we do need to try and grab a few more of these. Let's just go and eat one of these. Oh, it's got a little health. I'm assuming that's a little health icon to the right of the fish there. That's very, very useful, actually. Gonna have to eat both of them, aren't we? Oh, all 3 of them, in fact. Yeah, because they do spoil. So it's oh wow, wow. That is I'm assuming that is like a very purposeful thing to show you when you come out, but that looked absolutely incredible. I'm assuming it was timed, but yeah, wow. Oh yes, the little rocks, of course.
Should be able to use this.
Probably. What are you? A ribbon plant.
Contain electrolytic materials that can be used in energy storage.
So ideally, what do we need with the knife? We need titanium, don't we? Bladderfish. Hello. You do still exist.
Creature discovered. Oxygen.
I am loving the weather. I don't really recall much weather in the first game. There's another bladderfish over there. I do remember spending just a lot of time just hunting bladderfish.
New creature discovered.
It's our first peeper. There's another bladderfish over there. Boop. Is that a little rock deposit down there? I don't think it is actually, is it? Oh, there's one. There's one. And another bladderfish. You shall be mine. Some more titanium. I need to also remember what materials come from what rocks. We need to make an oxygen tank as soon as possible because that's already getting. Oh my word! Hello. Is it raining rocks? I'm absolutely loving this world so far with its very changeable weather. These little penguin things just being all up there on that that iceberg when I got up was just incredible. It kind of stuns me a little bit that the devs didn't do VR support for the game. Particularly when modders managed to do it, it seems relatively easy. I mean, easy is not the right word at all. I don't mean easy. I'm not trying to make light of the work that they put into it. I'm sure it takes a hell of a lot of work. But if modders can do it, surely the actual devs can do it. Even if they do it after the fact, you know?
Oxygen.
There's something big nearby. Is it? Oh, there's something over there. I recognise that little thing, I think. Oh, hello. What's this? Reefbacks. That's what I'm thinking of. They were the reefbacks. Oh, no, that's just creep vines, which we do need, but we need to get a knife first, I think, don't we? There's some quartz over here. And a couple of bladderfish that we'll try to grab. I might actually disable the Y axes. Wow, look at that. Oh my word, this game is just blowing my mind already. It's been like what? Let's see if I can see. But 18 minutes. 18 minutes. And I am just, in awe at the moment. In absolute awe. Let's grab a few fish. I see you, tiny bladderfish. You won't escape from me. That's probably enough fish. Bearing in mind they do spoil. We don't want to just hold on to them forever. Although I think if you don't cook them, do they keep forever? I can't remember. It's something like that, isn't it? Something like that.
Oxygen.
Let's get back in our little hub. Minerals galore. As we got new things, we will look at new logs as they pop up.
Luckily, this biome seems to have an abundance of minerals I can use for tools and upgrades. I didn't want another situation like Byzantos 5.
Oh god, no.
When Xenoworks dropped me off, there were barely any resources.
No, I know.
I survived off the land for 3 months with just a knife, my lucky PDA, and some rope. I am still kind of proud of that, though.
At least you had a knife, I guess. So we can make batteries and wires. Yeah, the battery takes the ribbon plant. Now, I can't remember what the battery used to use, but the ribbon plant is definitely new. So we are going to need some of those at some point. Deployables, the waterproof locker, we don't want that. The knife, we need silicone rubber, which is... Hold on, isn't that the creep vine? Oh, it's the seed clusters. Okay, we need to go get some seed clusters for the creep vines. So we can get some water, we can get some food. Let's just come back a second, look in our inventory. Yeah, so the fish don't have a health bar on them until you cook them. We do need a little bit of food, so we will cook up. We're not going to cook the bladderfish. I wish that wasn't the first option. I said bladderfish were for oxygen. Obviously, they're not. They're for water. I wish it wasn't the first option there. I'm guessing it's alphabetical, but a lot of people are going to just immediately start cooking bladderfish. And then immediately regret it when they realise that they need them for water. We just need to turn all of our bladderfish into water, really. They serve no other purpose for us apart from water. Be nice if there was just a do-all thing. So it doesn't seem to be, which is a mild shame. Mild shame. Oh, that's because I looked away. Right, that seems to be the last one. So, we have some cooked fish. Let's eat some cooked fish. Try and get us up to, yeah, pretty much 100, not far off. We've got a little bit of water. We might as well drink a smidge of water. And then in here, we will put, well, all this stuff, I guess. We'll keep a flare. We'll put the fish in. We don't really need those. We don't need the ribbon plants. And we'll just keep a couple of water just as an emergency. Just as an emergency. Right, let's go looking for some creepvine seed clusters. Oh, hello. That was right in my face. Just going to pop up and take a look at the world before we go anywhere. Very misty. Oh, it's raining again. Weather is not very good around. Oh, you can see all the little penguiny creatures. Oh, man, I love this. I love this. Can we see any creepvines? We need to decide on, like, I think we'll say, like, out of the door, like, the direction from the door, for now, is going to be, like, our north, our 12 o'clock. So if we go north from our door, what do we get? Because at some point we are going to have to come out, like, try and figure out where all the extra biomes and stuff are, aren't we? Don't need to worry about getting fish as much anymore, but if we see any rocks, we will grab them on the way. There are a few over here.
Oxygen.
Oh, that's winding me up. We really, really need to get that sorted. We may have been able to make a scanner or something, actually. And I didn't look at what the oxygen tanker needed either. I wonder if I can get it from my PDA. We'll have a look in a moment. We'll get to the surface in a moment and have a look. Yeah, I thought I saw another rock over there. It sounds not like a reef back, but it's something big, isn't it? We'll grab this rock and then we'll jump up on one of these ice platforms. Hey, buddy. Blueprints. So titanium and fiber mesh for the O2. Oh, we got a compass. We might be able to do that. Doesn't tell us the actual like material blueprints though, unfortunately. Is there a little one sheltering under the rock there? That's very cool. What is that? Oh, it's just one of those wibbly-wobbly plants, which we don't seem to be able to do anything with. If it doesn't have a name when you go near it, I don't think you can do anything with it. So, like, even with a knife, we wouldn't be able to gather any resources from it. I believe that is how it works. I believe that is how it works. A little bit of quartz. We'll have a little bit of quartz. Is that a nasty fish? It looked a little bit... It's obviously attacking the other fish.
Alterra supply cache nearby.
Alterra supply cache. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Some salt there. There's some quartz there. Are they giant bladderfish? Did I not? No. Lots of stuff here. Lots of stuff here we want to get. Wow. So we're definitely going to go for that. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Panic, 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 panic. Whew. I don't know if I can get to that. Because I cannot see any breaks in this. Oh, is that a break there? Maybe we're okay. Maybe we're okay. This is where we need our scanner so we can start scanning these very unusual life forms. Hello, can I grab you? Yes, I can. Why didn't you tell me that's a new life form? I can't put it away or do anything. Oh, there we go. I had to use my right trigger on it before it would stay in my... Did I have to kill it? Is that what I just had to do? It's called a symbiote as well, which is interesting. I definitely feel like we shouldn't have come all this far until we... Well, I was going to have a look at what that was. Are they attacking me? We'll just grab this, I think. This egg, and then we're going to head back. Because I think we should probably get at least an oxygen tank and a knife and a scanner before we go any further. Because the supply thing might have a bunch of stuff around it that we need to scan, and if we don't scan it, then I'll be frustrated. We've already got one of those eggs. We don't need to get more than one of each, really. Not right now. It's more important to try and leave a little bit of space for more materials. Salt for curing the meat is probably useful. I don't recall using it all that much in the previous game. I did mainly focus on just, oh, alright. You have that one then, that's fine. I'll have bladderfish. As long as I get the bladderfish, I'm happy. Let's pop up. Pop down. Go across. Get stuck on something? I don't know. Don't know what that was. Yeah, do you know what? I am going to go and disable the y-axes. I've decided. They disabled it for sort of VR sickness reasons, to stop you from being able to make yourself uncomfortable, which isn't a concern for me. I am pretty used to this stuff by now. It's a shame you can't mark these like fragments and stuff you find. But I'm immediately missing it as well. I don't know. It's a very 50-50 thing. It's easy to find yourself feeling a little sort of, not VR sickness-wise, but just sort of lost when you end up facing in the wrong direction or in the wrong plane as to what you're expecting. May as well go for it. Ooh, has he made a terrible mistake? First bit of damage. Almost. There's floating penguin over there. I feel like those are their swimming animations, which should not be not be working where they are. Right. Okay. Right. O2 with the fibre mesh. We haven't got any fibre mesh. We didn't find any creep vines either. But copper wire and wiring kit. I wonder if we can do that. We could do a flashlight, but we don't really need it at the moment. The scanner we can do though. So let's do the scanner. So that was... Oh, I wish you could use stuff from your inventory without having to go and gather it manually. Let's just grab all of the useful stuff. Let's make... Oh, what was it? We can't do this. Silver ore for the wiring kit. I've immediately forgotten what it was. What was the scanner? A battery. A battery and titanium. I don't recall the scanner using up battery. Like, I don't remember having to swap a battery in or out. What I do remember is keeping hold of old batteries so you could use those for crafting things. So I have a scanner. What's next? We need the survival. We need the silicone rubber. We need those creep vines. There are none to the north. We know that now. We'll turn that bladderfish into water. We can make glass, and we can make copper wire and batteries, but not the silicone rubber at the moment. And what was the O2 tank? The fibre mesh. And what was the fibre mesh? That was the main creep vines. Oh, I wonder what that noise was. It's like proper hail. Honestly, the weather in this game I am absolutely just stunned with. Right, let's try and scan a penguin. It's probably easier to do it on one of the... One of the icebergs, right? Hello, penguins. I am a friend. Do not panic. They're actually called penguins as well. I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, you just shoved me around. Like I was nothing. So we went north-ish from the pod. So let's go west. Oh, hold on. We can scan these. So yes, you need to scan absolutely everything. Absolutely everything in this game. Assuming it is similar to the previous game, which I guess it is. We scan those. We need to scan a... We need to scan a peeper. Anything down here can be scanned.
Oxygen.
Shrooms, which I believe you better collect with the knife as well. Oh, I can see a creep vine. Oh, I can see a creep vine.
Oxygen.
Thank you. It is sometimes a little tricky to scan the fish because they swim around, and if they go past a certain distance, the scanner no longer works. Oh, do you want to get a peeper? Come here, peeper.
Oxygen.
Oh, it's close. It's so close. Oh, you silly fish. Yeah, those little sea dragon things, I'm pretty sure they are new. I don't recall seeing those before. They look a little bit like the aliens that were attacking us in the previous game. Spoilers, I guess, if you haven't played the previous game, but then why are you watching the... Excuse me. That come out of nowhere. I'm so sorry. I always try to mute if I do something like that, but it just come absolutely out of nowhere. Oh, you're a little friend. Oh my word, you little...
Some of the wildlife down here is very grabby.
Mischievous monkeys. Mischievous monkey, I would very much like my scanner back, if that's okay.
Oxygen.
That's very cool though. That is very cool. I did like that. Wouldn't have so much if I didn't get my scanner back, as I only just got it, but yeah. I can't see any creepvine seed clusters. Hello, sea monkey. They are very different to our sea monkeys, aren't they? No seed clusters. There's some. There's some. Finally.
Oxygen.
Let's go and get away from the creepy... I guess if you holster your stuff, maybe that'll stop them from
New blueprint synthesized.
being able to grab you. Hello. That looks very artificial, doesn't it? We need to remember... So that was west from our pod. We need to remember that. Can we grab any more? Oh, inventory full. Yeah, I need to go to the surface before I look at my PDA, because otherwise I will drown. Oh, because the seed things are huge. Well, that's a shame. You can drink a couple of waters. I don't really want to drop any of this, though. I didn't drop anything back off when I was at the base, was I? Did I? Okay, we've got a couple. Maybe a couple will do for now. So we'll... Come on. Come on, Peep. There we go. Arctic Peeper. Looks like night times are coming. Oh, we can scan those as well. I don't know what you can see on the screen in terms of the UI. I can see it looks a little different for the sort of health indicators and everything. But when I'm looking at something which can be scanned, I do get a little marker on screen in the bottom right for me saying that it needs to be... Oh, hello. Wasn't expecting that. Saying that it can be scanned, so you don't have to just remember what you scanned, which would be obviously a bit of a nightmare. Water, 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 water. Thank you. We'll grab a... Oh, inventory's full again. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We'll just go with what we've got. Are we going slower or is it just me? Is it because of this current? Is that because of the storm? Is the storm making us go slower? Right, so let's just drop... Oh, I guess we'll just drop like all of this stuff. Get rid of at least the quartz. And then make some silicone rubber. Finally, some silicone rubber. And we'll do some more as well. I didn't want to take out a bladderfish. Thank you, though. We can do fins. We do want those. We do want those. But more than that, we want a knife. I think we can do both. Wonderful. We can do both. And then it's fibre mesh. We can go get some fibre mesh now, though. And there's the air bladder, but we won't worry about the air bladder. We can do a waterproof locker to store stuff in, but we're okay for storage at the moment. We'll turn the bladderfish into water. We've got some food we can cook. Yeah, we've got a symbiote. A clean, lean meal. Tastes like reconstructed lobster. Oh, we'll eat a symbiote. Okay. I don't like it. That's one I had to murder to even pocket. But fine. I don't know if I liked the noise she made when she did that. Like, I don't know if I enjoyed that. I don't know if I enjoyed that at all. So I don't think there's anything else for us to do at the moment. Are we wearing our fins? We are. Let's drop all of this stuff in. We don't want the egg. We don't want those. We just got waters, a flare. Should we make the torch, actually? What was the torch? Battery and glass. What was a battery? A battery was... So we need a couple of quartz for the glass. We'll get a couple of those. I don't know if we need it. And we'll get a couple of those. No, we haven't got enough of the battery. What's the battery? Copper. Copper. So make a battery. Make some glass. Make a torch. Excellent. What would be very useful, as I don't know if we saw in the controls that there was an option to do like your left hand and right hand. It would be really nice if I could have the torch and like a knife out at the same time, but I don't think that's possible. I don't think that's possible. Let's have a quick look at the controls again. Left hand use, right hand exit hold. I'm looking for a way which says like change hands or something, but there isn't, is there? So there must be other stuff which comes into our left hand at some point. Okay, I'm wondering, shall we leave that there? Or should we at least go for... No, let's go and get... We want to get more creep vines. Let's go get more creep vines and let's get the... the O2 tank done. At the very, very least, we want the O2 tank done. There's a creep vine right there. Look, it's not very far to go at all. I think that's just a storm. We'll grab a bladderfish. We'll grab a hoopfish. And then... Oh boy, we're going to get so stabby.
New blueprint synthesized.
Hello. You don't want my knife.
Oxygen.
You don't want my knife. Now, in the previous game, when you saw little sort of piles of fog, that was where there were islands in the distance. The weather is sort of occluding any... I'm assuming you can all see that, right? It's not going to be anything good, so I'm very... concerned about going over here. Oh, it's just that little structure we saw. Okay. Not that we can see much there, but what I can see is obviously where that has crashed or whatever. It's down here. It's dropped a load of stuff. But we don't have any room in our inventory, so actually we're not going to do that yet. Because we've filled our inventory with seed clusters and creep vine and stuff, so... Can you get a bigger inventory? I'm sure there's a way of getting a bigger inventory. We'll have to remember to come back to this. That's what we're going to do next video. First thing, we're going to go back towards the creep vines and go towards that platform. We've got a couple of spaces, haven't we? Oh, it's just a different... It's an argonite.
Oxygen.
Is that silver, then? Oh, we are now full of inventory anyway. So we do need another one of those. Oh, snap. Almost, almost. Yeah, I love the weather in this game. I love the hail coming through the water like that. That looks so cool. Yeah, I'm sure there's a way to get a bigger inventory, right? There must be. Otherwise, we're in trouble. Looks like the scanner does run out of power, so I was mistaken in my previous assumption. Let's make some fiber mesh. Let's make some fiber mesh. Let's make some silicone rubber. We don't need any of the lubricant for anything yet, so we're just going to make some rubber. And some more rubber. And then we can make the O2 tank. We can also make a first aid kit if we should wish, but I don't think we do wish. We do want the O2 tank though. Let's get that down straight away.
To your data bank.
Oh, and now what have we got? A floating air pump.
The standard oxygen tank.
Never used that, and never used that at all in the previous game. And a repair tool. Can just swam past my window. I don't trust that at all. I don't think there's anything else we're in debt. The compass would be very nice. We have fins. Why does it say we can make fins again? Surely you'd only be able to make things once, or can you just make as many as you want? I suppose if you die, perhaps? Does it work in that way? Is it like satisfactory? Locker. Just double checking. Yeah, the compass, but we need more silver. Assuming that is what we picked up, of course. And just checking, we do have the O2 tank. So if we just pop outside. Also went to scan straight away. We have 70 O2 now, which is almost doubled our O2, which is just glorious. Glorious. So let's drop everything off from our inventory. We don't need any. Oh, look at all that glorious rubber. Our inventory is now full. So we have reached that point where we do need to get some more storage lockers. Which means the only storage lockers we can currently make are waterproof lockers. And I don't think they hold very much at all. We'll make a couple. And then we need to assign them to a slot. We'll just put them there. And then we'll just put those like around. Just put one just underneath it. Pop. So let's go and grab, like, what should we put in it? Like, probably fish are a good thing to go in it. Or do we want to keep food? No, we want to keep crafting stuff inside, really, don't we? I don't know now. I don't know now. Yeah, we'll do like fish and food. Is the game going to be very buggy? Is it going to like freak out if I... let's get rid of that flare. We don't need that on us. Is it going to possibly lose stuff is what I'm thinking. The first game could be a little bit buggy. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Open storage. There we go. So if we just pop like fish and food in there. Or all fits. Oh, just. Perfect. Excellent. Fantastic. Well then, we are going to leave Subnautica below zero there for the moment then. We have plenty to do. Sorry, was that silver? It was. We have plenty to do next time. We need to go and explore that little thing we saw by the creep vines. Chart over there somewhere. Over to our west, as we're calling it. We need to get that compass so we know which way is actually west. That's something we really do need to do pretty soon. And we have the supply cache over there as well we need to do. So that's going to be the focus for the next video, those two things. My word. A massive thank you to the guy who gave me like a bit of a prompt to come and check this out. I did forget how much I thoroughly loved Subnautica. I really did. But I am going to need your guys' help. Like I say, the reason I enjoyed Subnautica last time so much was because you guys were helping me, just giving me some sort of very gentle hints and tips on where to head. Which, without that, I would be a little bit lost, I think. Just wanted to see. Yeah, so it does give you the scan icon even if you don't have the scanner equipped. That's what I just wanted to check. So thank you to that person. I will try and remember to get your name and so I can give you a proper shout out next time. Because you deserve it. You deserve it, my friend. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all those good things. Don't forget I stream on Wednesdays at 7 PM UK time, and it'd just be so wonderful to see you there. Otherwise, I'll see you next time in Subnautica Below Zero in VR. And as always, thank you very much for joining me.